Hey, Coach. Thanks for being with us again. Starting off the last two games, tough two losses to UNC and this past weekend in Virginia. Two games where the team got off to a slow start. How do you go against stop those slow starts that the Eagles have been having the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think it's all emotional. We're having trouble coming out of the gates really fired up. I think there's a part of the team that they're trying to figure out what the defense is doing rather than just dictating what they do best. And, we're paying very close attention to it because it's self-destruction. So we're really working on it. And, I'm excited to see a shift here in the next 2 weeks. So, I think the most important thing is that the leaders understand how important it is to come out of the gates against a team like UVA and North Carolina and Yale and Duke and everybody we have ahead of us, because everybody's good now, and you can't take 5 minutes off. You can't take 2 minutes off. So I think, as long as they understand that and make the change, we'll be okay.
And in both those games, you fought back both times. The first time you were down 6-0 and 8-1 against UNC. This week it was down 3-1. But you guys fought back. What's that say about your team and the effort they put in, especially in the second half?
They're fighters, that's for sure. They're just waiting until their backs are up against the wall. And like I said, we can't do that because, you dig yourself these holes and then you spend every ounce of energy getting close, and then you kind of run out of energy, or in our case, you run out of time. The UVA coach came up to me and said, if there was 25 more seconds on the clock, you guys would have won that game. I believe that too, but there's only 60 minutes in regulation, so we have to play for 60 minutes.
One of the players that's really stepped up this season has been Kate Weeks, a junior attack. It's one of those players that she really wasn't on the radar to begin the season. I know you had talked about in preseason you weren't going to be able to fill the shoes of left by Covey Stanwyck and Michaela Ricks, but kind of go a new way with the new offense. And she's been someone that's really stepped up this week, stepped up this whole season actually, and I know she's leading the team right now with 7 multi-goal games. Can you talk about the impact that she's had on the team so far this year?
Kate is really coming out of, her shell. She is incredibly emotional in a positive way. I think she's really fired up and anxious to be her best for her teammates. And it's coming through in everything that she does. And she's been a great finisher inside the 8-meter, and it's exactly what we need because we have a lot of perimeter players, and she's really stepped up, and I'm really proud of Kate. We always knew she was this good, always. And I think she did too. I just think it happens in its own way and at its own time, and it just happens to be now.
And last question, Coach. Tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday, you guys head down to Yale, New England game against a tough Ivy League opponent. Can you talk about what Yale brings and some of the challenges you'll have to face against them?
Yeah, I mean, the number one thing I know about Yale is that they have a phenomenal coaching staff. Their head coach and both assistants have won national championships, world championships, and they know what it takes to win. And I think they're getting the most out of their team right now. I'm expecting a battle. It's like everybody's good now. So it's a great day for us to challenge ourselves. Yale's going to be an incredible opponent. I know Erica LeGros very well, and she's going to have that team ready to battle tomorrow.